My name's Paul Harvey, Essential Selection. I get asked lots and lots of questions about interviewing, what to wear, what questions to ask. So what we're going to do, you're not going to ask me, we're going to go and see some companies in the building, clients that might be interviewing, growing as businesses. We're going to go and ask them and see how we get on and get some answers from them. Let's go. In the voice workshop. Good morning, Debbie. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'm hoping just to ask some questions about advice on helping candidates with interviews, if that's okay. From a voice coach point of view, what sort of guidance could you give to candidates going for interviews?
I think it's very important to recognise just how powerful the voice is. It actually constitutes 38% of the employer's perception, so it's almost as powerful as body language.
Right, okay.
So that's something to bear in mind, and there are some things that are no-nos vocally that could very well cost you your job, and I think there's perhaps less awareness of that than there is of body language.
Okay.
So there's three real main no-nos. One of the first one that could very much compromise your chances of success is something called vocal fry. And this is when we slacken off our vocal folds, and we often do that when we relax. So there are a lot of people, they kind of lapse into this kind of whole vocal fry thing. And statistics show it's actually a female thing more than a male.
All right, okay.
Culturally, so we don't know why that is. But obviously, what you're communicating with that is that you're relaxed, which you should never be in a job interview, and that you don't care. So that has quite a negative impact.
Okay.
Another one is what we call upending. So this is when you finish up at the end of every phrase. So when you're in an interview, everything you say ends on the up, and it's one of the things that employers cite as the biggest no-no, because it communicates. They don't know whether you're asking a question. It actually communicates a bit of insecurity. And then a final one is pay attention to articulation. Slow the speech right down, and be careful to enunciate. It's so important. So bad articulation is like when you don't quite finish off, everything's at the back of the mouth and there's nothing going on at the front. And that communicates, again, that you can't really be bothered.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. In terms of any other tips that you might be able to sort of offer candidates, if you were interviewing, for example, what sort of tips do you think you would sort of offer any candidates, do you think?
Well, I'm a stickler for dress sense. I want to see somebody's made an effort, even if they've got it a little bit wrong. Any evidence of not making effort makes me think, so what else will they not make an effort with? Shoes. I do like some polished shoes.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, just well turned out, made an effort.
Yeah, good. Okay. No, wonderful. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
It's much appreciated. Thank you. Brenda, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Just hoping to ask some questions, if that's okay, with regards to sort of candidates and their interviewing and some guidance for them, really.
Yeah, of course.
What would you say, first of all, you would expect from somebody coming into an interview with yourself in terms of sort of preparation for the interview?
I'd have expected them to do the research on the company, or if not the company business, then at least the industry that they're looking to move into. So they've got an awareness and an understanding of what they do.
Okay.
I would expect them to be on time. That's very important. In terms of actually sort of what they would wear to an interview, I would expect them to be smart but comfortable. So not necessarily a suit jacket, but whatever they feel comfortable in, but it needs to be smart. Okay. Shoes, not loafers, trainers or flip-flops. Yeah. For the ladies, subtle makeup, unless of course they're going into the makeup industry where it's a different story. They need to show off their capabilities. Nothing too revealing. If you have tattoos, visible tattoos, cover them up in the first instance, because that will something that will come out further down the line. Basically reflect the business that you're looking to interview for. So if it's an office-based job, office attire. If it's a fashion designer industry, then obviously it will tailor it to that particular industry.
Okay.
But mirror the business. Tone it down. Obviously, you want your personality to come out in the interview as opposed to your first appearance, because people will judge you on your first appearance.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds very hypocritical, sounding, coming from somebody with pink hair. The difference being, it's my business now, and I set the rules.
Yeah.
When you're working for somebody else, they set the rules.
Okay.
So yes.
No, that's good. So obviously covered attire and everything like that and what you'd expect. Any horror stories that you may have come across over the years of sort of recruiting in the businesses that you've been in that have sort of stood out for you, do you think?
The only thing I would say is, even if you decide halfway through the interview that the job's not for you, for whatever reason, be professional, take it to the end of the interview.
Right.
Don't suddenly change your mannerisms during the interview because you don't want the job. It's very not professional.
No. Okay. No, that's wonderful. All right. No, well, lovely. Thank you very much for that.
Perfect.
And no, thanks for your time this morning.
It's a pleasure.
So I'll go in. Morning, Kim. Hiya. Will we be able to ask you some questions, some guidance for interviews for
Absolutely.
candidates?
Come on in.
Lovely. Thank you. Right, Kim, thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm hoping just really to get some guidance from you about sort of offering advice to candidates that might be coming for interviews or going for interviews. What sort of advice would you be able to sort of give candidates, do you think?
Sure, absolutely. I think as a marketer, one of the most important things that I look for from a candidate in an interview is, have they done their research? So they must do their research. And that demonstrates a lot of skills for a marketer, whether it's understanding the market, understanding the competition, the company itself. It's knowing how to look at what's important and then how to use that information.
Okay.
And the other key thing would be to have a personal brand. So as a candidate, you might think, well, all I need is a CV, but actually, we do look at your social profiles. We look at how you portray yourself. So think about your personal brand and the image that you want to portray, how you want to communicate, your tone of voice, your style, the imagery. All of that has an impact in one way or another. And the final thing I would say is to ask questions. And don't just come prepared with bog standard interview questions that you would ask someone, the interviewer. Listen to what the interviewer is asking you and look for things that you could probe deeper into. So as a marketer, I'm looking for smart marketers who understand how to probe. So that means when somebody says something to you, you want to try to dig deeper, not on the surface. Find that thread to pull, which is going to lead to really valuable information and insight, and that's what good questioning will do. So if you can portray those skills, you're definitely a smart marketer.
Okay, wonderful. No, that's great. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you.